for Final Fantasy XI veterans, you would notice that you do not have to rest. You do not have to sit down and rest to regain health. You do not regain MP at all. You have to use your skills, or maybe later on you can use food, but you do not regain health or MP when you exit combat. You just regain health. So that's a great tip for new beginners, since I messed up on that. I ran around for like 5 minutes with one weapons gone, and I was trying to find the rest button, since I was used to Final Fantasy XI, and I was used to it having a rest button. There also seems one other thing, there seems to be kind of like a queue list where you can queue your abilities, but I don't really understand how it works, and sometimes you can queue up 2 different abilities, and she will do them one after the other. You can't use anything else in the meanwhile. So I was kind of frustrated by that. I didn't really understand how it works. So I gotta look into that. I gotta look into how you queue stuff up, and if you can bring up a list where you can see if you queue something up or not. People that have been playing Lord of the Rings Online will probably notice that, or will probably know about the queue system, since Lord of the Rings Online has a queue list that you can actually see. You can see your queue list, and you can see in which order that your guy is gonna execute some of the different commands. So that would be great if I can figure that one out. So that's one of the few remaining things that I need to figure out. God, sheep sounds so cutesy in this game, and then you smack them with your fist and they evade you, of course. You gotta be a little careful, since they are legion mobs, and the problem here is that I have a very low physical rank, and I have no other jobs to back me up. If I had that, this would just be a pushover, which it is right now as well. It's not hard, it's not difficult, it's just if I'm not too careful, if I attack with too low health, I would probably die. Yeah, there was something else I was going to talk about, but I can't remember right now. Hopefully I'll level up after 2 of these quests and get some of the newer skills. Yeah, I'm gonna go for it, go for the hell of it. Hopefully I'm not gonna die. You hit a lot harder when you have a higher physical rank as well. Since like I said, it carries over from alright, so now I leveled up. Let me actually talk about this before I start talking about leveling up. Every time you finish up a quest, this little node, crystal node, shows up. So you don't actually have to run all the way back. You can interact with the node, just like you interact with the crystal, and you finish your quest this way. Took me 11 minutes. You get your reward. I got a hat and some gold. Yeah, you do get a completion reward. Maybe that's directly linked to how fast you can do this. Huh, I haven't tested it out, but it's not that big of an amount. It's 10% of the leave quest reward. Anyway, you finish up your quests, and then it asks you if you wanna teleport back from the place that you initiated the quest, or if you want it to disappear, or if you want to think longer. I think it stays up for like 3 to 4 minutes. You can still use it after that time, and then it dissipates. You get a warning, it's gonna dissipate in 30 seconds, and then it disappears. I'm gonna teleport back. I'm gonna return back to Camp Beard Rock, since I need to start up a new quest. Let's see, since I leveled up, and like I said, every level you get some points. Let's see how many points I have now. I have 10. It actually goes up. For the first 2 levels it's 4 points, and then it gets to 5 points. Then you get 6 points, and my level 10 guy is up to 8 points every level. So I get 8 attributes, 8 attribute points every level with my level 10 guy. So I'm gonna put, let's put 2 in dexterity, 3 in vitality, and 5 in strength. One other thing that I've noticed, after you reach 40 for any of these given attributes, it takes 2 attribute skills to move 1 level further. To move to 41 it takes 2 attribute skills. So they kind of have a capping system for that as well. They kind of want you to sacrifice some of the other stuff if you want to really max out your strength or vitality or mind or piety or whatever it is you're trying to max. To be honest with you, elements, I do not understand the elements. I do not understand if this is the resistance to elements, or if this is for your black and white mage, if they kind of gain any bonuses from having stuff in here, especially the black mage, which actually learns I think 4 of these spells when you start with the white mage or the black mage. So I don't know, I'm just gonna put like 2 in every one of these. I think it's linked to resistance somehow. Yeah, and then you apply. Another thing about this system is that I think it's every 30 minutes you can reassign. Yeah, as you can see, now I can reassign 3 attribute points and 2 element points. So every now and then you can do this, and you can basically bring down your character to level 1, and then you can start all over again. So this is kind of like a respec, only that it takes time. It kind of makes sense. At first it seemed like it was really stupid. Like, why didn't they just let you respec all at the same time, kind of like in World of Warcraft? But in World of Warcraft it costs money, here it's free. And the thing that I thought of why they did this is that they do not want people to be able to respec anytime they want. So they do not want someone to kind of play a monk and all of a sudden the white mage leaves the party, and then people say, well, can't you respec back to white mage since you have a pretty high level white mage? You have the white mage that is compatible with the party. So they probably didn't want people to feel obligated to respecing in mid party, and they didn't want people to switch like that. So it kind of makes sense. It doesn't and it does, but yeah, you get the point. Anyway, let's start up another quest. See if I can gain any ranks in for my job. I'm gonna go with Legion this time around as well. As you saw, I gained a lot of experience. Let's invoke the Guardian's aspect as well. As for questing and only being able to do 8 quests a day, the thing about that is if you have a party of 5, you can actually do 40 quests. If the first guy does his 8 quests and then the next guy does his 8 quests, you can tag along on all those quests. The benefit being, it sounds really stupid, but the benefit being is, like I said, the mobs are spawned and bound to your party, and you gain a lot more experience from these mobs, especially if you choose one of the higher difficulties. Like you saw, I gained like 1800 points from one ram, and if you fight a ram out in the open, you're probably gonna get like 300 or 400. So fighting these quest mobs is a lot more efficient than fighting normal mobs out in the world. Yeah, almost. And I ranked up rank 3, I think. Yeah, Pugilist rank 3. This was a little bit harder than I expected, since like I said, when I tried doing one of these quests on Legion, I already had my curiosity pretty high.